Hey everybody, I'm coming to you today with a few quick tech tips. Today's video is going to be about just how to organize yourself within the Chrome browser. All right, Chrome browser tip number one. If you're like me, you probably have 50 tabs open. I've got a bunch of tabs open here. You look down here, I actually have three windows of, and every single one of those windows has a bunch of tabs open. And for the longest time, I had a lot of anxiety about shutting down my computer. And I know that the tech department asks you to shut down from time to time, restart your computer. And if you have all these things open that you want to come back to, all these tabs, that can be a little worrisome that you're going to lose all those tabs. So I'm going to show you today how to set up Chrome. So every single time you turn on your computer, so you can shut it down every day, you turn it back on, and it's going to reopen the same tab. So if you click up here on the three dots in the top right of your window of your browser, you can then come down to Settings. It's going to open up your Settings tab, and then over here on the left side, if you click on Startup, you have these options. You can on startup, it's going to clear everything out. It opens up just a new tab, probably your Google Apps. You can continue where you left off, or you can open up a specific set of pages, a specific page or set of pages. So I always like to use continue where you left off. That leaves everything open that I had open when my last work session. If you're the type that at the end of the day, and the new day comes in, you need to start fresh, you can always go to open a specific page or set of pages. This is what I used to do. I used to have it open up and just open up my Gmail, my Google Calendar, and a couple websites that I use every day. That's one option. But if you just if you're a person with 50 tabs and you need all those tabs, I would encourage you to do continue where you left off. Then you can just close out of that, and that setting will be saved. All right, my next Chrome browser tip is all about pinning your tabs. So once again, I have a bunch of tabs open. Let's say you're planning for a project for your students, and you've got all these different tabs open for different resources that you want your students to go to do some research. However, you always have, your certain tabs like your calendar and your email that you always want open. So what you can do is, I've got my Gmail here. If I right click on it, it will open up this window, and you can click pin. So what's going to happen is it's going to slide it over to the left. It's going to make it smaller. I know that icon. I don't need it to take up any more space than that. Same thing. I'm going to use my calendar all the time. I always want that open. I'm going to pin that, and it's going to slide it on down, take up less space. That way, if I decide that I'm done with everything and I want to just start closing out all these tabs, I'm also not going to accidentally close out of those two tabs. Those tabs are there permanently until I unpin them or I close them. So hopefully that will help you with your organization a little bit also. All right, this next organizational tip for Chrome is probably my favorite one that I'm sharing with you today. Once again, you'll notice I have a bunch of tabs open. I think this is a new feature to Chrome. At least it's new to me. So you'll know that I have three main kind of roles, and that is tech coach. Then I am the mentor program coordinator, and then a robotics coach. So I constantly have documents and websites that I'm going that I need to refer to kind of guide me through these things. So right now in this window, I have a bunch of tabs for the mentor program, and then a bunch of tabs for robotics coaching. So I'm really excited to try this out. So what I can do is I can come up here. So this is a robotics tab. I'm going to right click on it. I can click on add tab to new group, and then I'm going to name that robotics. I'm going to color that blue. Press. Now you'll notice that this tab is highlighted blue. Okay, so far nothing fancy, but I'm going to go through. I'm going to right click on all of these robotics tabs. I'm going to right click add tab. Oops, gotta click on the different one. Add tab to your group in robotics. I'm going to go all the way through all these just to label those as robotics. I'm gonna come down here. I'm going to add tab to group and make a new group. And this is for the mentor program. Color code that one red. I'm going to go through once again, add all these tabs to the mentor program. So this is kind of takes up a little bit of time first time through. However, I can keep these tabs or these groups saved, and they're always open for me. So once again, nothing fancy yet. They're all just colored tabs. But if I go up here and click on those groups, they do minimize and make things a little bit more neat. So I still have these tabs out here that are out in the middle of nowhere, but notice I have more space for other tabs. And then if I need to go back to my robotic stuff, I can just click on it and I have all these tabs open.